Watching the footage, I see Sophie Cunningham now as being able to play the 1, the 2, the 3, and, with her experience over Mercury, the 4.
What if the Indiana Fever's most underestimated player turns out to be their biggest game changer? While all eyes remain locked on Caitlin Clark, another name is quietly rising in the background, Sophie Cunningham. She's not just fitting in, she's redefining her role in a way that could shift the balance of power across the WNBA. Known in Phoenix as a tough, gritty power forward, Sophie is now evolving into something far more dynamic. If you think you've already seen what she's capable of, it might be time to take another look.
And Sutton forcing that turnover. Oh, nice step through, dropping the rookie.
And here comes Sophie and the Mercury. Cunningham.
Back in Phoenix, Sophie Cunningham was mostly slotted at the 4, crashing the boards, spacing the floor, and doing the gritty work no one else wanted. But here's where things take an unexpected turn. On a recent episode of her podcast, Lexi Brown casually dropped a game-changing revelation: Sophie's true position.
Sophie Cunningham at the 1 as the point guard? You're crazy, you say, but no.
In Phoenix, Sophie Cunningham was primarily seen as a power forward crashing the boards, spacing the floor, and doing the dirty work. But everything changed with one casual bombshell from Lexi Brown on her Full Court podcast. Sophie's true position might actually be the 3. As a small forward, she'd have more space, more movement, and more freedom, exactly what a high-speed, motion-heavy offense like the Fever's is built for. But let's not stop there. What if Sophie's no longer just a forward? What if she's becoming the most positionless player on the team? New training camp footage has surfaced, and it's eye-opening. That's Sophie bringing the ball up the floor, running point, calling plays, and directing traffic like a seasoned floor general. At first, it looks unusual, then it looks natural. Sharp passes, full court vision, clean decision-making. It's not just functional, it's fluid. The confidence she shows with the ball in her hands is giving off serious coach and floor energy. And it's not just about the stats. Watch the huddles. Sophie is the one talking, motivating, commanding. It's the kind of leadership that doesn't show up in the box score, but completely shifts the rhythm of a team. These are just the early days of training camp. Everyone's still adjusting, but it's clear the Fever coaching staff is experimenting with something new. With veteran point guard Sid Colson still finding her rhythm, Sophie might be quietly sliding into a backup ball handler role. Look at the Fever's depth chart. At point guard, Clark, Colson, and maybe Cunningham. At the 2, Kelsey Mitchell, Lexi Brown. And again, Sophie. At the 3, same story. At the 4, Brianna Turner, Donta Sans Sophie. The only spot she doesn't show up. The 5, and that's fair. She's not bodying up against someone like Jonquel Jones, but everywhere else, she's penciled in, repeatedly. That's not normal. That's weaponized flexibility. And it's not just analysts guessing. Sophie herself confirmed it in a training camp interview, saying, "You'll see 1 through 5 is interchangeable." She even compared Caitlin Clark to a younger, spunkier Diana Taurasi, noting that playing alongside a visionary point guard like that forces everyone to stay alert, always ready. Sophie isn't just adapting, she's evolving. And the Fever might be quietly unlocking one of the most versatile weapons in the league.
What's it like to, Caitlin, you play with a point guard like DT who can get you the ball anywhere, and does that kind of help you with the learning curve a little bit?
Yeah, I think anytime you play with the GOAT of our team, or the GOAT of our game, you're going to learn a lot. You have to be ready for the ball, head on a swivel at all times, and the way that she throws the ball is a lot how DT threw it. I think this is just the younger version of her, so she has a little bit more energy, a little bit more spunk. I miss DT in her prime, but it doesn't mean she wasn't great when I played with her. But honestly, at the end of the day, everybody can shoot, right? If you're cutting and you're open, you're going to get the ball, and so you just have to be ready for that. And I'm excited for that. And I think you'll see 1 through 5 is interchangeable. And so you'll see the 5 bring the ball down. So it's going to be a little different for other teams to play defense against us as well.
Everybody can shoot, Sophie said. You just have to be ready. It's more than a soundbite. It's a glimpse into the Fever's entire offensive philosophy. But Sophie isn't just talking the talk. She's bringing that mindset to life with her presence. Everywhere she goes, there's energy, confidence, and laser-sharp focus. The Fever aren't simply building around talent, they're building around mentality. And Sophie, she's delivering both. In training camp, a pattern is starting to emerge. Every player interviewed echoes the same message. No drama, no egos, no coasting, just locked-in intensity. That kind of environment breeds growth. And for Sophie, it's the perfect setting. She refers to herself as a tweener, someone caught between the veterans and the rookies, absorbing everything around her. She's not just aiming to be good, she's pushing to be great by the end of preseason.
No, I just think that's what they were doing the offseason. They were trying to get winners, people who know how to compete, people who want to win, and put that together with experience, people who have championships. And so when you have that type of combination, and us kind of young bucks, I'm kind of a tweener, and then you have the vets, you're just trying to be a sponge, you're trying to learn, you're trying to be good now, but at the end of the day, you're trying to be the best when it's preseason, right?
That growth mindset is exactly what head coach Stephanie White demands. She's not here to wing it or figure things out on the fly. This is structure. This is precision. This is blur speed execution, grounded in discipline. The playbook scene in the footage reflects a system where every possession counts, every rotation is a test, and nothing is left to chance. And Sophie, she's thriving in IT even in media day drills and behind-the-scenes moments. White's voice cuts through the noise, play through it, problem solve in real time, find calm in the chaos. It's not just about running plays, it's about sharpening instincts. And Sophie,
our body to move quickly and our minds to slow down. Okay, that's part of putting us in situations where it's not going to be a structure, where there's going to be some chaos. It's up to you to start to find the calm in the chaos. We got to learn to find space in chaos so that we can put people in positions to be successful.
that growth mindset is exactly what head coach Stephanie White demands. She's not here to wing it or figure things out on the fly. This is structure. This is precision. This is blur speed execution grounded in discipline. While others are still figuring out where they fit, Sophie Cunningham is doing a little bit of everything, facilitating ball movement, creating space, knocking down threes, rotating on defense, and bringing the energy. One moment she's dancing with Caitlin Clark and cracking jokes. The next, she's threading a perfect pass on a fast break. That's what you call a glue player, a chemistry magnet. And those are the ones who win games when it matters most. Some say she's poised to become the Fever's sixth woman. Others see her quietly earning a spot in crunch time lineups when the team needs poise, spacing, and veteran composure. But here's the bigger truth. In a league where most players are boxed into one position, Sophie Cunningham is breaking the mold. She's not a 1, she's not a 4. She's whatever the Fever needs, whenever they need it.
Figure it out, problem solve in live action. Okay? We'll be able to make plays because of that. All right, let's go, y'all. Have a good day. Here we go. Here we go. Together, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
And that kind of unpredictability, it's a nightmare for opposing coaches. The WNBA is evolving faster offenses, more fluid schemes, and fewer traditional roles. The teams that will thrive are the ones that can confuse, adapt, and surprise. With Sophie Cunningham seamlessly sliding between 4 positions on any given night, Indiana might be holding the ultimate wildcard. So while the headlines scream Caitlin Clark, don't be shocked if the player actually shifting the games. Momentum is the one flying just below